Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Selvi. This episode is related to the interview question series. So we are going to see the first question. The first question is, are we going to create definition of ready and definition of done for different work items? Like, do we have a definition of ready separately for Spike? Do we have a definition of ready separately for user story? Likewise for definition of done. How are we going to manage this? My views on this question is, the definition of ready and definition of done documents are going to be common across all the work items. We are not going to create a definition of ready and definition of done specific to a work item. It is a common document. Then how are we going to manage this situation? Because every checklist item is not going to be common across, right? So that's the very important key point. So when we are creating definition of ready and definition of done, we need to ensure all the checklist items are general across all the work items. Maybe there are few items which will become NA. Likewise, let's consider some examples. There is a defect. We need to fix a defect. This defect is related to a documentation fix. So for this, I cannot wait for the item of availability of wireframes or availability of UI UX designs in the definition of ready, because it is not required. I am going to fix a document. So here, in this case, I will make it as NA. But I am not going to update my definition of ready document, because that document is going to be common and it is going to be cut across all the work items that we are using. But during the execution, if certain things are not applicable, we will make it as not applicable and proceed it. One more example is, I am actually working on a Spike. So for this Spike item, my outcome is going to be a Spike outcome document alone. I am not going to implement anything as a functionality. So design of unit test cases is not applicable. In this case, in the definition of done, during the execution, I will ensure I am making not applicable for design of unit test cases. But definition of done document will be having this general thing, because it is going to be common across all the work items. So in a nutshell, definition of ready and definition of done are the checklist that contains all the checklist items which are general across all the work items. But during the execution, which are not applicable, we will make it as not applicable and continue to proceed the execution. Thanks everyone. I think this would have helped most of us in understanding about the question. Thank you and all the very best. Happy learning and stay tuned.